My name is Ian Walsh, and this is The Moment Money Matters with Hard Money Bankers, joined with Dan Zitofsky. First 2 days have been fantastic in terms of areas of some of the things that Dan has done over the years and currently does do. One which is really interesting, and in my world, I get this question a lot, but I don't deal with it. I don't deal with non-performing notes because, well, I don't know why, because I just don't know anything about it, but Dan does. So, Dan, short high-level overview of a non-performing note, and I know in a prior conversation you and I had, you had a very strict guideline as to how you analyze a non-performing note and why. Give me a little bit of insight into what makes a good non-performing note.
Okay. Everybody with a non-performing note is so different what they look for with their exit strategies. For me, the first thing I look for is I want to be in non-judicial states or quick foreclosure states. I don't want a note spanning out. I mean, if you're in Florida, or if you're in Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey, you could spend 3 to 5 years on a non-performing note before you get to take that note back or do anything with it. There are other options. So I have about 8 to 9 exit strategies that I will hit on a non-performing note. And one of my exit strategies that I do not want to own that property, I will not buy the note. Because you have to have one of those exit strategies, you have to look at taking the back. I also like to own notes in, once again, emerging markets that I know that if I have to take that note back, the worst case scenario, I could turn it into a rental property and then sell it off to an investor as a turnkey rental, holding a note, making a passive income, creating wealth long term. But I don't want to do that on a property that I don't want to own. So those are the kind of things you have to look at first of all. And then there's, like I said, there's about 8 or 9 different exit strategies that I talk about that I want to reach on a non-performing note. But to recap, one is I want to be in a non-judicial market, somewhere I can foreclose rather quickly. I want to be in a market that's an emerging market, so there's a need for housing, need for rental properties. So if I have to take that back as an REO, I could rent it out to somebody. So I'm looking to make my double-digit returns either way, any exit strategy I choose. Sometimes I make a lot more, but very rarely do I make less.
Gotcha. So have a clean exit, and I know in your other videos, Dan, you should do a good job as well with your videos. Is that you've got to be disciplined in when you go into the deal. You can't lie to yourself, right? That's key on any deal, whether it's NPNs or not. But so tomorrow will be the big interview. I'm sorry, Friday will be the big interview. But Dan Zitofsky, appreciate his time in these last 3 interviews, and Ian Walsh on Facebook. You guys know where I am, and appreciate it.